Oh yes, China. Being half Russian, half Japanese as I am, I was generally unaccepted when I went over to there. I went to Shanghai, and basically the local children, they spat on my face, which is rather curious considering they were barely higher than my kneecaps. And also, being a child myself at the time, it was a little bit weird how they were feet shorter than me. Another thing was that the old ladies, they would piss on my doorstep. I don't understand that. And then the postman even came up to me with severed dog head. I said, "Why you give me this?" And he said, "It's because I feel sorry for you." And I said, "You Chinese make me sick. Dog is for sleeping with, not for eating." And I threw it in his face. I didn't see him for a while. Already I had learned a lot from my old master on Aikido, Karate, Samu-Rai way of Kendo and Kenjutsu, Iaido. I felt very at home with my Japanese style. However, living in China, there was none of that. I soon met Hao Yongjia, a very, very famous martial artist. He taught me many a way to fight, wushu. I learned wushu from him, and I don't really like to use it, but it was very, very inspiring and educational. I felt very cultured from that. After that, I went on to train Jackie Chan back in the 1950s, and then after that, I soon met Jet Li. Jet Li kissed my feet and we made sweet love later on that evening. It was quite interesting. He acknowledged me as being the superior man. Of course, it was in China that I met my dear wife, Barbara. Today is also very special. It marks a year after my dear wife Barbara's untimely death. I do not know what caused it, but she was getting very close to my Korean friend. I suspect he may have had a hand for it, although the police report said something about a samurai sword being wrenched into her gut. I wouldn't know anything about that though. Despite her lying, going out drinking on Fridays and coming back stoned out of her mind, we were very close.
Oh yeah! Oh, take that, you bitch! Yeah, teriyaki sauce! Oh! Teriyaki! Oh, salmon!
But we shouldn't get onto that. Barbara make for excellent sparring partner. We'd always be going at each other, I'd try to attack her, thrusting my sword deep into her, but she'd always try to resist, but I always get my way. I would lower her defenses, smash her sword out of the way, and then rush in, thrusting my blade deep into her, and then back out, and then in again, and then back out, and then in again. She would scream and wail in terror, and I would say, "Shut up, bitch, you are mine." My wife often thought that me being a fully fledged swordsman meant that was how I got my money. However, I've got to be honest now, I lied to her. What I actually did was go out at night, slice up local hookers, take the money they'd earned at night. It was a much simpler thing to do rather than go out and try and actually get a job that took time and effort out of my day when I could be training. The newspapers called me Zain the Slasher. However, that was not my real name. I tried to explain that to them on several occasions. My actual name is Samu-Rai Zain. Samu being my first name, Rai being my middle name, and Zain being my last name. How is that so difficult to figure out? I spent a lot of years in China. Then back in the 1980s, I decided to go back to Japan, where I was not very welcome. We shouldn't get onto that, but let's just say an Italian-looking man who wasn't actually Italian, but was named Mario, he ruined Japan. He brought out this Game Boy shit and all of that. And I think he's also the one who put up the poster saying, "Do not let this guy back into Japan." As the airport security started to escort me and my wife back onto the plane, one of them fondled my wife's breasts. At this point I realized he must be Korean. This brings me on to my next story. How I became popular in UK. Gaddafi? I thought you was dead, man! No, I'm fine. Come out drinking, Freddy? Yeah, sure, yeah, we'll go to Oceania, yeah. Where are you? Of course, yeah, after Libya, I don't think you go back there anytime soon. I can relate with my home country. Kim Jong-il! Wait. You bastard! Why are you not dead? I can get Gaddafi on you. What the fuck, man? Fucking bastards, go die! Koreans never die.
a sinner from asshole to saint. I got no desire to make amends. Sit down beside me and I'll pour you a drink. Tell you a story or two about how I was lost in the maze.
This is my dojo. For big man in hat say, I can slice on a state. I like it here. It has big wood and fresh air, but mostly big wood. It's very nice and quiet. No little rankers try to steal my sword. I slice up the bitches. This is my apprentice. He's ginger, not very good. I am going to hurt him now. I'm not going to hurt you. And that is how you win fights. In here is where I cook food. I still not have oven yet, as British gas being slow wankers as usual. It's very sturdy, very helpful and... yeah. Very good. See? Very spacious, very nice. Indoor ventilation shaft. Nice, strong, sturdy wood. It's very good, very spacious, very strong. Hey! Hey, what are you doing? No! Stop it! Stop it, no! Ah, you can't! Oh! Get out and I'll have shave, shit and shower all at once. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're a bad boy, aren't you? Oh. When I moved to UK, techno was such a big thing with Gary Newman. But back in my country, back in the times of the Empire, back 1940s, a man who's not a pig is also a rock star. There's something about playing bass that's it reminds me of the old times, growing up on the farm with my Russian dad. I don't know why, but it just does. It's weird. My favorite band has to be Red Hot Chili Men, death metal band. Pretty popular. I recommend By the Way and The Other Side. Very, very popular. I hear Red Hot Chili Men influenced Beatles and Elvis. And I don't know if you do not know this, but Elvis is very big in Japan. Even now, we go out, we dress up like Elvis and we have big sex. Even the women dress up like Elvis and we all have Elvis gangbang. It's very popular. I play you a song. Standing in line to see the show tonight, and there's a light on, heavy glow. By the way, I try to stay, I'll be there. Waiting floor. Flee, 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 flee.
Hey, aren't you Samu-Rai Zain? No. Oh, aren't you Samurai?
You got wood? Because I do. Big fucking wood! My wife and I realized we need to leave Far East, go Far West, make big money. However, the only way we could make money was to teach sword. It was slicing time. Now when I get to airport in UK, I come off of the plane and I put sword on back, thinking this be like China and Japan, and I walk outside. Then big hat man come up and say, no, this is not good. I get taken to custom, called terrorist. They tell me if I want to do this, I must get sword license first. I say, I do not need license. I'm Japanese. They say, no, you're not. You're Middle Eastern. They call me Burke. I do not know what this means. But I remember Del Boy was quite popular in UK when I first arrived. I decide to scope out local talent around UK. I go to this karate dojo. I figure I know karate. I'll see what this sensei can do. I challenge him to fight. He says, yes, okay. This be first experience with McDojo. Many McDojo are common in UK, despite people not knowing what a McDojo is. I use student as example as to how fight went. He shit. Now at this point, Margaret Thatcher, she was Prime Minister at the time. She taxed wife tampons, and they cost loads of money, so I say, wife, no tampons for you. After that, I decided that I need to get a job. After beating that karate master, because he was not actually a real karate master, he claimed he was. There are a lot of people like that in UK. I decided to take over a dojo. I steal students and say, you all mine now, bitches. And then I teach them, and they become my swords people. And that's it. That was how I got my first job. At this point, living in South Croydon, I was very well known for decapitating the young youths that let the dog shit on your lawn and then walk away without cleaning it up. Now, after having killed many fraudulent McDojo masters, I thought to myself, why limit myself to South Croydon when I can go to Putney Bridge, Kingston, become world famous for the sword? I thought to myself, how to become famous though? We barely afford white tampon, and I'm living on cigarette butts outside. In fact, the only money we really made was from me decapitating fake dojo masters and stealing their students, holding them for ransom, and getting that money back from their parents. For sexual favors, of course. At this point, I live in Big Westall City for a long time now, but I realized that it's not everything I hope it would be. I can't carry sword on back, I can't attack and penetrate local hookers. You know, I can't even kill that many fraudulent dojo masters, which are common throughout this entire fucking country, because the police say, oh, murder's bad. What the fuck? Seriously? Murder bad? Back in 1904, that was not that bad, was it? You come over, you fucking Russians, and kill all of us? Anyway, I shouldn't get onto that. I get calls from China saying, we miss you, come back, eat dog. And then I get calls from Japan saying, you get national restraining order and don't pee on children. This is when I thought I really have to make a name for myself. And after this, I soon met Jeremy Clarkson and Eamon Holmes. Jeremy Clarkson offered me some job on some show called One Gear, being some sort of test driver, something called a Stig, but I soon got fired for putting penis in exhaust pipe. Before I got in the car, I was using sword technique, divine wind, heavenly dragon style, when suddenly an agent spots me and comes up to me and says, you good, we make you television show, you become big star, you can teach children techniques and philosophy, whatever you want to do, you seem like an interesting individual. I run home, tell the wife, we be in West now, I buy you tampons, no more red stuff on bedsheet in morning. At first the Samu-Rai Zain show was fantastic, I could do what I want, I could teach children ABC, then bring local hooker on stage, and then slice up her vagina. I make £1 million an hour. Or something along the lines of that. The Samu-Rai Zain show, when it first started, became so popular, almost every other show on the BBC cancelled. They even considered not bringing Doctor Who back. No man in eccentric outfit stopped Zayn. But everything changed. In last episode of show, I say some bad things about Harry Potter. BBC decide they don't like me anymore. They cancel live show. Then they cancel the whole show. Surprisingly enough to me, they cancel show and then bring back Doctor Who with Christopher Eccleston and some other Scottish cunts. At least they weren't Korean. Wait a minute. What if this all ploy by North Korea? Korea tried to fuck me over like they did in early 1900s. When Kim Jong-il died, I take celebratory shit in his honor. Although I think for once, the whole world was with me, because he was a cunt. But then, all you Koreans the same. Fuck over me, I fuck over you. No, wait a minute. But I tell you else what is also overrated piece of shit. Woman in Black, I was bored the fuck silly. Wait, are we done with this interview or what? I must leave now, as there is nothing here for me. I'll see you later, but you'll probably see me on Crime Watch. Now where's that Daniel Radcliffe?
On my list at all.
how you win fights.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was good actually.
Didn't expect to roll down the hill.
Is that actually what you intended to do?
No.
Oh shit, man.
You're covered.
Am I? Fred, get off. As best as you can. It's on your ass.